Hello. Okay, so I'm just gonna read out to you some notes I took today on episode 9. I watched this early in the first thing in the morning. Yeah, I watched this. Well, not first thing in the morning. These are some notes I wrote down as I was watching episode 9 of And Just Like That, the reboot of Sex and the City. And I didn't write everything I thought about the show because I just got lazy, but it was just some stuff that kind of stuck out that makes me just so so here we go. So the line where Charlotte's asked, no, it's Miranda. Is it Charlotte or Miranda? It's Miranda asking Charlotte and Carrie to help with the painting of this building, and Carrie just wants to write a check, and then Charlotte says, you can't be the white lady that just writes the checks. So cringy. You know what? Take the fucking money, okay? It doesn't matter if the money comes from a white person, a Latin person, a black person, an Asian person, a Muslim person. It doesn't matter where the money comes from. If that's all they can do, and it's give money, just take the money and don't like judge them or don't make them feel bad like that's not enough. Like, that is just so cringy and forced. That's just so cringy and forced. So that's number one. It's just, that's so dumb. Like, please stop. Like, they're talking about wanting, like, is this their way to be woke, is to start now racially profiling white people? It's like you're doing the same thing, but now in reverse. Like, stop it. It's ridiculous. What is the stupid bun going out to the club? Oh my gosh. So when Carrie first goes out to the club with Zima and she finds out it's Zima's birthday. And I see Carrie and it's like, she reminds me like of a flamenco dancer, like with the earrings and the stupid hair bun and that jacket coat. I don't know what she has, but like I was looking at her and I'm like, she looks granny. She looks just old and granny. Like, I don't know another word for granny, like, but like, and she looks like a flamenco dancer, like an older, and that's fine. Like, if she's actually going to be a flamenco dancer and go out and dance, and she looks lovely for that. But she was going to the club with Zima. Zima looks great. Okay. She looks fantastic. I love the dress, and yeah, but Carrie, come on. It just made me feel tired looking at her. I wrote, the writing is so stupid. I mean, I know it's hard to write. I've tried writing myself. It's hard to write, and it's super hard to be funny, because sometimes I could be funny, like spontaneously when I'm chatting with my friends and we're having a good time and we just get into this thing and we could be really funny together. But to sit down and try to write a joke, that's super hard. So it's stupid. So my critique here is these writers were not up for the challenge. And so because they should have really focused on the right writers for this. And they just were so lazy and they just wanted to like be on TV. I think that the actresses just wanted to be on the TV, streaming, just be in front of people again. They missed the spotlight and they're now in the front, but it's a terrible spotlight. So why did they make her look like a stupid grandma? Not that grandmas are stupid. Grandmas are not stupid. They are not. They are the smartest ladies. But you know what I mean. They made her look stupid and like just old, like she's going to church, just like an 80-year-old. Okay, she reminded me of an 80-year-old, and there's nothing wrong with 80-year-olds. It's just, it doesn't fit with Carrie because she's in her 50s. The stupid conversation with the doorman being canceled. Ugh. So Carrie tries to cut in line for Zima because it's her birthday, and they go to the front of the line and there's all these younger, hotter people behind them, and they are all like rolling their eyes at Carrie and Zima for going to the front of the line. And then there's like this young bouncer guy in the front, and Carrie says some stupid lines. I don't know them verbatim. You're going to have to watch it, or I'm going to have to I don't know. Like, they're just, I just remember they were so super silly. I think they're trying to make it funny. They weren't funny, and so something about, oh, there's two type of scenes that could go here. One scene is the one where you let us in because it's our birthday, and the other scene is you don't let us in and we try and it's her birthday and feel sorry for us and please, please. It was just so pathetic and depressing seeing Carrie beg this younger guy to get in, like so pathetic. And then Zima, he's like no, and then Zima tries to give him money and he's like no. And Samantha could have gotten him in there. Like I could totally see Samantha getting right through that door, but they just, Carrie's, like the writing for Carrie, those lines, it was so pathetic that I wouldn't have even let her in either. It was just so stupid and pathetic. They couldn't think of a better scene. Why do they suck? These are just my notes. The Holocaust joke was not smart or funny. So, the baker guy, what's his name? Anthony, he's going to Charlotte's. They're having a dinner, and I don't know, like, what they're celebrating. Maybe it's a Jewish holiday thing. I can't remember right now. But it is something like that, and Anthony asked Charlotte if it's okay to bring a date, and he brings a date, and then they come in the door, they arrive to Charlotte's for dinner, and they come in through the door, and then, Charlotte's mentioning, like, to Harry, like, the items are in the oven so that Harry could take it out once, the timer goes off, so the whatever doesn't burn. I don't know. There were, like, Jewish dishes, I guess. I don't know how you call them. And then the guy, the date says, oh, it sounds like you're having a Jewish dinner. And Anthony or someone says yes. And he says, well, the date says right after, the Holocaust is not true, it was made up. And then Anthony just yells out of his lungs, get out! And it's so weird because he doesn't look at the date and tell him to get out like you normally would. Like if you were so offended by someone that would say that, you bring someone to your Jewish friend's home and then they say the Holocaust. I mean, even if you were inclined to yell at them, get out, you would actually look at the person in anger and tell them to their face to get out. But no, Anthony actually looks down when he yells, get out. Because I don't think I don't know. Like, I don't know why he looks down, and it just seems like so fake and so over the top and so unreal. Because for reals, if you bring a date, and let's say the date is anti-Semitic, and they're having like a Jewish dinner, and he was realizing the date, you're realizing the date is realizing that, it's a Jewish family, it's a Jewish dinner. Would you really blurt out the Holocaust is a hoax? No. Even if you thought it was a hoax, a smart individual, a normal human being would weigh in what's going on and be like, oh shit, these people are Jewish. I'm going to just keep my mouth shut and then break up with Anthony. But just the whole blurting it out that the Holocaust was a hoax in front of what you could assume is a Jewish family is just stupid, ridiculous, idiotic, and I just can't believe the writers would include it like that, write it like that. I wrote, why is Miranda carry her stupid backspace and backpack and shoes? When Miranda goes to Che's apartment and she doesn't call and she has the cookies and she acts all stupid and just stupid and stupid. I just don't know what other word to use. I need to expand my vocabulary, but she looks stupid. She looks dumb. So silly. She reminds me of a silly Carrie. And then she leaves, right? All giggling and laughing nervously at the end. And then I see her stupid backpack and her shoes that she can't even... What is with Miranda's shoes? She can't walk comfortably in those wedges. So I don't know why they keep putting her in the wedges. But the shoes and there's something about it just in general. I can't stand those purses that are like a backpack unless you're like at Disneyland or Magic Mountain or something. But or you're like a mom. and you have to carry stuff for your kids. But the backpack purses, they just seem so like infantile to me, like for girls. They're cute on girls, but I don't like them on women. But that's just my opinion. But Miranda had an ugly purse on her back, and it just looked hideous. It is so hard to be white now. That's a line. Oh yes, Seema said this was it. This was the stupidest line of the whole episode. I feel there was many stupid lines, but this one took the cake. So Carrie brings Seema to the paint fest, to the painting of the building, the charity event or whatever. And Seema, she's all dressed up, and she sees Carrie like dressed ready supposedly for painting, even though she has the wrong shoes. So she has the overalls, but she has the wrong shoes. Like, it's just so stupid. What woman in her 50s, even in her 30s, would wear overalls for a painting event, for a house painting event or a building painting event, and wear the shoes Carrie was using? It's just ridiculous. No, but she could have used more comfortable, proper shoes that were stylish. That's just dumb to me. So anyways, Seema's all dressed up in like her real estate suit type dress. And she's like, oh, she can't believe Carrie's dressed for the event. Seema's like, you should just write a check and not have to do the work. Like, I'm going to do it, right? So Seema's like, I'm not going to do the work, so here's my money, which is fine, right? And then Carrie says, oh, I can't do that because I'm a white. Guys, are you serious? I can't just write a check and not do anything because I'm white. What the fuck is that? Reverse racism. That's just so stupid and dumb. And this is why I think some white people push against this wokeness sometimes, because this is just not logical, not normal. This is just as extreme as the white people that are racist, towards minorities. It's like, yes, there are white people that are racist towards minorities, but that doesn't mean that us, the minorities, should try to do the same. Like, this is so disgusting and stupid and dumb and unproductive. And so then Seema tells Carrie, this is the worst line of the episode so far: it is so hard to be white now. It is so full of privilege and stupid. I have to look up these writers. Are the writers white? I know Michael Patrick is a white gay guy, I believe. So I don't get it. I don't know about the other writers, but I'm gonna look them up today, because now I just need to know who is writing this. It is so hard to be white now. What an insult to Black women, Latina women, Asian women, Jewish women, all women, men, everyone, people that are not white. How insulting is this? Because, there are so many hate crimes going on right now. Like, so many poor elderly Asian women and men getting punched on the street just for being Asian. Elderly people. Black women going missing and not getting the attention they deserve from the cops or the news. This is so insulting. It is so hard to be white now. All the Latina women that are stereotyped into like only the kitchen and having babies and being in the cleaning, being the housewives and the nannies. There's so much more to Latina women than, these stereotypes. So that's like the worst. It is so hard to be white now. This is where it's just so bad. This is bad. Okay, the other thing, did you guys notice that now Steve's hearing aids work perfectly? Like, I guess like they changed the batteries in his hearing aids, because Steve apparently has no problem hearing Carrie today, like. The other thing I wrote down is, does Carrie have no feelings for Steve, like friendship feelings? Because at the end of the day, Carrie has known Steve for a long time, ever since he's been with Miranda, and then he's Miranda's husband and Brady's dad. He's like family. And Carrie just treats Steve like a nobody. Like, they really have disrespected Steve so much. I could understand why Mr. Big wanted to be killed off. I think I've heard those rumors that Christopher Noth, the actor, Mr. Big, he didn't want to really participate in the show. Very smart, just like Samantha, just like Kim Cattrall, too. Very smart people in regards to saying no to the show. That's what I mean. I don't know about anything else. They have their problems, but I mean, like, not wanting to be in the show, they want Aiden to come back. Why would that actor want to come back to this shit show and be portrayed like an idiot like they have done to Steve? So actually killing off Mr. Big was a save for Mr. Big. It was a save, well, for the actor if he didn't have other scandals going on. But it's a save because, and unfortunately for this actor that plays Steve, I don't know his name. I forgot his name. It's bad for him because he's portraying this idiot man that can't hear, but now all of a sudden he can hear. And they just show how Carrie has no regard for Steve, despite the fact that Steve has been with Miranda this whole time, that Steve is like Carrie's family. The moment Steve marries Miranda and they have a kid together, Brady, and they're together, Steve is family. Steve is family, but they just treat him like he's not. Like, he was just a guy that Miranda was dating for like a month, and now he's out of the picture. And that's how Carrie comes across treating Steve. And Steve doesn't deserve to Steve needs to get away from all these selfish ass bitches, okay? Starting with Miranda, needs to get away from Carrie, needs to get away from all of them. They're just fucking... We loved Carrie, Miranda, Samantha. We still love Samantha. We loved Carrie, Samantha, and Charlotte. And now they're just like so annoying, such a bore, so disgusting, so stupid. I don't like any of these girls. I would never... Like, they did not get better with age like a wine does. They just became losers. And that's what I don't get. When Sex and the City came out and we're like in our 30s, there was always like this hope of something better, of achieving one's dreams, of the joy of life, of the joy of the journey, even with the ups and downs of life. There was this joy, this hope at the end of it, and this show has no hope. It just shows like, if this is where I'm going to end up, I don't even want to get there. This is terrible. Who wants to get there? They did not make or portray the 50s like it truly should be. I know a lot of 50-year-old women that have fulfilling, youthful lives filled with fun and laughter, and they're dating and they're beautiful, and they're not losers like these ladies, and they're not assholes like these ladies. So I don't know what they should have. I feel like the writers are probably not in their 50s. They should have, if I'm sure they're not. I'm gonna look them up today, but I would say they should have hired 50-year-old happy women, or 50-year-old, not even happy women, but just 50-year-old women, just some good, capable, great, amazing 50-year-old women that are writers. Even men, just a mixture of writers in the room, but maybe more age appropriate, the 50-year-olds, and that have a true sense of what it is to be in their 50s, because I don't think these ladies have that. They care too much about what other people think. We all know, ladies, once you hit, like a lot of ladies, once they pass the 30s, once they hit the 40-year mark, you do not give a shit what people think about you. That's the beautiful thing about being in your 40s or in your 30s. I said this, my friends say this, there's just something about, yes, you're getting older and you're losing your looks and your youth, and it's not the same, and you gain weight just by smelling the donut, and, it's just more... not as easy as when you were in your younger years. Men, you kind of do disappear a little bit more. You have to try a little bit harder, to get, be pretty and stuff. And, that's just all true and facts, and that's just what it is. But the thing about getting older, what you're giving up, like the youth and the nice skin and all that, you're giving all of that up for wisdom and experience. And women tend to get more comfortable with themselves as they age, and more happy with themselves because they start to care less about what other people think, and they care more about how they feel. And so this portrayal of them being in their 50s, not even in their 40s or 30s, like way in their 50s, where all these women in their 50s are usually very successful or very happy, or they're happy, they're stable, they're so true to themselves, they're the most true to themselves that probably than most other time, and they're portraying them like stupid 20, like wanting to stay in their 20s, not learning, not showing any experience, caring too much about what the young people think about them. It just doesn't seem real or authentic. And maybe some people are like that, but I think a lot of us are not like that. We grow and we mature, and they're not showing smart, mature women here. So now Steve has no problem hearing. Why is Lily so over dramatic? It's so stupid. So Lily is in the porta potty trying to get her tampon out, and she lost the string. It's happened to all of us. Sometimes the string gets a little bit lost there, but it doesn't get lost where you're like yelling and screaming for like 15 minutes or for however long this felt. This felt like a very extended period of time where she's just yelling and screaming that she can't find the stupid string. So they portray not only the 50-year-old women as idiots, now they're portraying the teenagers, the preteens, the young girls as idiots as well. So this is not empowering at all. This is not empowering women. This is just showing women as stupid and overdramatic and not having matured or learned anything in their lives, and being stupid in their 50s and starting out in life with over dramatization of how overreacting. This girl is just overreacting. What is it with the stupid blue hat the guy is wearing? I don't know what the name of this guy is, but it's the one where, see these characters, like again, it's the one where he's married to the professor, and he wants to have the kids, and the professor has tried the in vitro treatment and it didn't work, and now she's kind of thinking like she doesn't want to deal with this and have the kids, but the husband keeps wanting to have kids. And it's a very cheesy, stupid, fake scene where Charlotte's friend comes over too with her husband and her kids, and they're like on the corner painting, like the dad with the kids, and it's all peaceful and great. Like, it's all idyllic. That's not how it would really go in real life with 3 kids painting. And it's very idyllic. And then the guy's with his stupid blue hat looking over, just, drooling over wanting to be a dad and wanting a kid. The hat is stupid. Why is Lily such a fucking idiot? I don't know. I'm sure she's not in reality. The girl, she seems like a sweet, nice girl. It's just the writing is making her look like a fucking idiot. And then, of course, what I've been ranting about all day, Charlotte can't feel her period. She can't feel that amount of blood on her pants. Every woman with the period could feel it if she is drenched onto her pants. Okay? Come on. I get that this could happen when you're young and you're starting out with periods, when you're a girl, maybe in 4th, 5th, 6th grade, and you'll have accidents. You don't know, you're learning. A lot of us, our moms didn't explain this shit to us. They didn't really explain it to me. I learned it through books and friends, and, a lot of girls, unfortunately, that's how they learn. I guess today maybe that doesn't happen as much because people are more open. Hopefully they're not explaining it like Charlotte's explaining it, but, people are more open now because our generation, there was silence on my side. I learned about this really on my own, kind of. But I wasn't going to watch no Sex and the City type of show to learn about it. But yeah, so when you're a kid, you can have the accidents. Maybe you're not tracking your period. Some people just don't track their period. I tracked my period. Some girls don't, maybe they weren't taught to track their period, so they don't track their periods. And then, it's a new thing. And so they're starting to learn that it comes, every month or so. And maybe they weren't prepared, or maybe they didn't have money for pads, or maybe they don't have anyone to ask for pads. There weren't pads in my school. So if I was out of pads, I had to ask my friends if they had some that I could, if they had some to spare. And that's how we were. And between us friends, we would talk about our periods and share our little tidbits. But you feel it. if you're a girl or a woman that has periods, and you are on those first days where it's super heavy, and if you don't have anything, you'll feel the wetness. Okay, especially once it's starting to drench your underwear, especially if it's crossed over into your outer clothing, you will feel that wetness. You can feel it. It's not like dry down there, so you will feel something different. You will know something's up. You will then go and check it out and then discover if you did have an accident. But like that chart is just walking around all over, up and down this building. All of a sudden, this big spot of red blood is. They could have caught it when it was smaller because she was wearing all white. She could have felt it. You're going to tell me, the writers, you're going to try to make me believe, like, and I think they were trying to make this, was this funny? Is this trying to be funny? I don't get it. Is this supposed to be funny and that's why it's so over the top? What are they trying to teach us here? Like that women get periods? Well, we fucking know that. People watching the show probably have periods already, okay? We don't need the 4th grade or 3rd grade, I don't know when they start teaching this, 4th grade science biology lesson on this. Tell me what you think. What did you think about this episode? What were the cringiest lines for you? Please share them. I want to know. What would you prefer to see? What are your thoughts? Are you going to watch a second season if they come out with one? Are you going to watch all the way to the end? Are you in it to win it to episode 10? Please let me know what you think, your thoughts. I'm so curious. I've never felt so impassioned about a TV show in such a long time, but this one has just lit a fire on me. And I just want to find a community. I just want to reach out there for any of you Sex and the City fans that are feeling this way, any Latinas feeling this way. I'm a Latina and, I don't feel represented, but this show definitely didn't offend me when it came out because it wasn't, I don't know. I don't even like I said on my other video, how Latinas are represented on TV anyways, because I don't relate to most Latinas on TV anyways. And I'm Mexican American. I was raised on both sides of the border. I don't feel identified with anyone on TV as a Latina. So, do you guys feel the same way? Let me know in the comments, please. Thank you for listening. Thank you for posting. Thank you for sharing. And yeah, girl luck. Let's see what happens next week on the last and final episode. Ciao, ciao.